Welcome to Say This, Not That. And in today's episode, we are going to talk about a little habit that we've all done a time or two in our life and we've been a victim of. And that is when we tell someone bad news and we shoot the messenger. It sets up a lot of thoughts in people's head, not only for that person, but everyone else on your team. And today we're going to talk about how not to do that. Hello, I'm Jennifer Thornton, the founder and CEO of 304 Coaching. And in today's Say This, Not That, we're going to talk about that habit of shooting the messenger. If you are a leader, you are there sometimes to deal with bad news. And if you're the type of leader that can't hear bad news because of how you treat people that deliver bad news, then you're not hearing all the truth that you need to hear as a leader. People are covering things up. People are not dealing with things when they're small. They're hoping they go away. You're probably going to have to deal with them really big. A lot of things happen in the workplace when we are a type of leader who tells people who gives us bad news that they are a bad person. So instead of telling someone who gives you bad news that they are wrong, that can't be true, how dare them, all of those things that that's been either said to us or we have said to someone else, I want you to think about how to replace that language and replace it with, that's some difficult news. I need to learn more about that. Thank you for being brave enough to tell me that difficult news. I needed to hear that. Tell me more. I don't really understand what happened here, so can you give me some context? Find out the truth. Ask the truth and ask it in a way where the person who's sharing it with you is not in trouble. As soon as we feel like we are in trouble from our boss or we're going to get judged from our boss, what happens is we start to shut down. We start to think of excuses. We start to think about how we can get out of this. We start to blame other people. And when we are being a human trying to protect ourselves with excuses and blame, we're not solving problems. And if someone's brought you some bad news, there's no doubt there's a problem that needs to be solved. And so how you use language when that bad news is delivered to you will make all the difference on how quickly and how well that problem gets solved. And so when someone comes to you and they deliver that news that you do not want to hear, or you don't even think that it's maybe even true, you're like, I don't know if that's really how that works. I want you to just accept the information. It is information delivered. Be excited it was delivered to you. If they had the courage to come tell you, or they had the courage to tell you the truth when you ask them a question, celebrate that. Thank them for that. Then get curious, find out more. There might be the truth somewhere in the middle between that person and your views. You might discover something that's very easily fixed. You may discover something that's major and that you and the entire team need to address it right away to keep it from growing or getting any worse. And, it's interesting. I coach so many people, and oftentimes someone will tell me something that they're dealing with in the workplace. And I'll say to them, who have you told? And 99% of the time is, I've told no one. And I'm like, what would it mean if you told someone? Like, how could this help? This situation help you, help the company? How could that benefit everyone? And so often people say, I know it would help the company, but I know if I tell my boss or the leaders this, they're going to get mad, and I'd rather let it go south than have them mad at me. That is happening on your team if you do not accept the truth for how it is delivered and celebrate truth tellers in your environment. I promise it's happening. I hear it every single day as a professional coach. So today, in Say This, Not That, it's a very important one. We're setting up environments of truth telling. So when someone delivers you bad news, take a deep breath, accept the bad news. Do not blame the person who told you. Ensure that you're creating an environment where people can be problem solvers, innovators, and experimenters so that they can find a way to solve this bad news that they just delivered to you and make it actually better for the future. All right, thanks for joining me today on Say This, Not That. If you like this concept, you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Have a fantastic afternoon.